We don't receive any summer rains here on the property, and so all of the range and pasture land that we have is dry. It's fairly devoid of any nutritional value, but they also get supplemented with fodder that is grown here, as well as some supplementary feed that I bring in from different sources. There's only about 4 months out of the year that they receive any supplemental feed, and that cost is 15 cents per animal per day. This tractor gets moved 1 to 2 times a day depending on how much feed there is underfoot, and it is supported by this 5-gallon water trough that I have suspended here that's connected to a 100-foot hose and a trailer which has 60 gallons of water as a reservoir. In the summer months, this is, generally speaking, I have to fill it about once a month. In the wintertime, I can go several months without ever having to fill this up again. Only extra supplementation that these animals get is Himalayan pink salt, and they don't get any worming, they don't get any vaccinations, they're completely off the grid as it relates to any type of medications, and that's actually pretty desirable. I've had a lot of people requesting that for the animals that we have sold, and that seems to bring a higher premium in my opinion. We have 2 perennial sources of fodder that we utilize to feed these animals in the summertime. Let me take you over and show you some of our trees. I've been utilizing fodder trees for about 20 years in this particular space, and some of these trees are from the original planting. However, some of them have been replaced and just recently planted to replace the ones that have been taken out and or died. But essentially every year these are brought down to a manageable height. Right now they're down about waist height and been pollarded down. So these were brought down again to this level here this winter. And I've already been taking some of these different canes off and feeding those out. But you can see the level of growth that you get coming off of this in just 1 year. All of this is high quality feed that can be used to feed my sheep, my cows, the gift that just keeps on giving. It's a perennial source of feed. This front row of trees here was all stabbed in just this last year, and you can see the level of growth, some of which are taller than me, and I'm 6 feet tall. But these are some of the older that are behind, and you can see the level of growth. That stands up at least 18 or so feet. And I'll be pulling some of this off here later this afternoon and showing you how much these sheep really enjoy eating this. One of the supplementary sources of feed that I've been utilizing this year that has been very low cost is some corn that I received through a purchase at a local mill for 15 cents a pound. Each one of these is filled. They are 400 pounds a piece. Each one of these animals gets roughly a pound per animal per day. Another perennial fodder source that we utilize here on the property is comfrey. It's very high in nitrogen. It's a prolific producer of biomass. It's something that you can cut multiple times throughout the season. This comfrey right here was cut probably about a month ago. Cut down to the ground, and you can see the amount of biomass that's been generated in just that little amount of time. But this will be harvested again a couple of more times throughout the season and be fed to the animals. We have this planted in multiple places throughout the property. It's utilized as a perennial support plant, but it also gets harvested multiple times throughout the year. All of the comfrey we have here on the property was started from nothing more than just a few cuttings. This is something that we do sell on our website at porterhouseandteal.com. What I typically like to do is I'll alternate feeding fodder trees one day, and then another day I'll feed comfrey. That way they're not getting too much of any one thing at a time. Another way we cut feed costs is just getting excess or expired produce from local delicatessens and supermarkets. Another big hit is all of the bread that we get. They really love bread. I'm going to take some of this comfrey out, but it's acting as a support plant to this fruit tree. There's still grasshoppers in here munching on this comfrey. Upon further inspection, I don't really want to take any of this out because there's quite a number of grasshoppers still working on all of this comfrey. You can see how much they've enjoyed it. And so I'd rather have them enjoy this than eat my fruit trees. So I'm going to leave this one intact and go to another area. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.